I've actually done it. The unthinkable. Secret shopping? My own sponsors! Oh, I'm sorry. You thought you were safe because you wrote those checks to me? Now, to be clear, this isn't about finding excuses to cut ties with partners. What this is about is ensuring that the brands that we work with are operating with integrity and putting the needs of our community first. Unless, of course, there's something shady going on, in which case we are ready and willing to cut ties. Notice how there aren't any Anchor products on this table? It could happen to you. To ensure we weren't getting special treatment, we sent Secret Agent Rush on a mission to procure a product from each of these companies, manufacture what we thought was a fair common issue, if we didn't encounter one organically, and head immediately to the support page, do not pass go, do not collect $200 to get help. And we evaluated them based on a number of criteria, like how difficult was it to get in contact with a human? Were they polite? Did the issue ultimately get resolved? Asus. A word of caution, our results may, nay, will shock you. And we logged everything with the intention of developing and maintaining a sponsor integrity index. Wanna work with us in the future? Well, you better be ready, because we are not stopping here. We could even secret shop sponsors like
Best Buy. Upgrade your tech for next semester with Best Buy's Back to School sale, where you can save big on brands like Sony, HP, and more. Be the cool kid in class and upgrade your tech arsenal at the link down below.
Did we really buy something this expensive to secret shop them? Was that really necessary?
I don't know if it was necessary, but now you've got a 4080.
Oh, good. Let's kick things off with LTX sponsor and longtime partner, Asus. They have gotten into some hot water recently over motherboard warranties and BIOS updates, but we actually started prepping this video months ago and purchased an ROG Strix RTX 4080 from the local Best Buy. And things went perfectly right out of the gate when we didn't even have to fabricate an issue with it. You see, the card's manual specifies that you need only 2 8-pin PCIe power connectors for the triple 8-pin adapter that's included in the box. And the answer to this might seem obvious to you or to me, but to someone who's building their PC for the first time and trying to follow the age-old advice of reading the effing manual, this could be very confusing. But for Rush, this resulted in a red light on the GPU and no output to his display. A natural first step would be to contact the store we bought it from. Unfortunately, they told us, sorry, you're gonna have to talk to Asus. And that's where things got a little bit frustrating. We ran into this navigation issue where going to the Canadian site, we'd get redirected to the American site, which would then redirect us back to the Canadian site, which would redirect us to the American site. Now, if you're in America or somewhere else in the world, this step might go smoother for you, but for us, it was absolutely infuriating. To their credit, we did eventually manage to get on the phone with them, which you can't take for granted these days, but only by tracking down the number ourselves, not by finding it in some intuitive place on their website. Unfortunately, once we got on the phone with them, things didn't really go any smoother.
So sir, upon checking here, you have a 16-pin graphics card power cable. Is that correct?
Sorry, I'm a bit confused because the quick start guide says I can use a 6-pin and an 8-pin. Those are the only cables I have.
So you just have to plug in all of those power connector to the power supply.
They're plugged into the power supply. I'm wondering how to plug them into the GPU. It says in the quick start guide that came with the 4080 that I can just plug the 6-pin or an 8-pin in, and I can't seem to find a place to plug them in. The one plug that's there, it looks like it's more for a like a 16-pin, but I'm kind of concerned about the adapter. I've read a lot of things about it melting, and I'd rather not have to use it if I don't have to. And the quick start guide says that I can just use a 6-pin and an 8-pin, but I can't seem to find where to plug it in.
Okay, you just need to plug it into the PCIe port.
Yes, but I can't seem to find that on the GPU.
Oh my God, this conversation is extremely circular. Is this 40 minutes of this? There's a second call? Is this just a simple documentation problem where they're just reusing the same quick start guide from some old GPU? Wait, no, this isn't from an old GPU. This is an up-to-date quick start guide. It says this or this, which makes it sound like you can do either. How long does it take them to figure this out?
So I'm just to confirm, you are trying to connect a power supply to this graphics card.
Yes, so I have two 8-pin PCI cables checked to make sure. Yeah, the DisplayPort cable is properly plugged into the GPU.
He's definitely leveled up his technical abilities since the first support call, trying to help them out a little here.
What is the model device name of the motherboard that you have?
Why are you asking irrelevant questions, you guys? He just wants to plug in a power connector. If there's a red light over the power input on a GPU, it means it doesn't have the right power. It is amazing to me that in the year 2023, this is not as simple as, hey, can you snap a picture of your setup for me? Or have them send me a picture so I can see what they've done. It would not take me 55 minutes to ask for that.
Do I need to connect 4 8-pin cables to the adapter?
Okay, so he eventually just gives them the answer. Now, you might think, watching this, listening to me, that it is not a realistic scenario for someone to get an adapter like this with 3 8-pins to a single 16-pin and think, well, the quick start guide says I can just plug in 2 of them, so that should be fine. But I worked in customer support. It happens all the time. And not helping matters is the fact that if you have one of the quad to single adapters, you actually can leave one of them off and it will still function. So if people see that and think, oh, maybe I just don't need all of them, they could easily end up confused. In summary then, it was painful, but we did get there. So I'm giving Asus a 3 out of 5. Speaking of 3 out of 5s, next up is Dbrand. You may or may not know this, but we have a pretty toxic relationship with our sponsor Dbrand, and we may have decided to mess with them a little to see what we could get away with. So, Rush ordered a kill switch case and a Nintendo Switch screen protector, which he promptly smashed and then demanded a replacement. There is absolutely no way that this happened in shipping. I will be very curious to see what they say. Can you send a few pictures? We're sorry it arrived in that state. That is a highly unusual thing to happen. Yeah, I should think so. We'll be sending you a replacement pack. No further action is required. I was hoping you'd throw in something extra for the inconvenience. What a best, no way. They did it? They said no because they had already shipped the replacement. And then he's like, pretty please? And they send him a skin. Great job, Dbrand. I mean, I personally wouldn't let a customer get away with quite this level of tomfoolery, but what can I say? 5 out of 5. Next up, a brand we've partnered with a number of times over the past few years to show off their various outdoor and off-grid power solutions, Jackery. For the video, we purchased their Explorer 1000 and good news or bad news, I don't know. Once again, we didn't have to fabricate a problem. This top USB port, super fragile, and there are reports online that it is extremely easy to accidentally break. So we decided to put those claims to the test. I can see you guys looking at this and thinking, gee, that seems a little unfair. You'd think they would have to break it with a USB cable, not with a screwdriver. But the reason we did this was because there are numerous Reddit threads complaining about the fragility of this particular connector, and I guess we were trying to fast track the process.
Also, we tried on the lower USB, he couldn't do it.
I guess what I want to know now then is this actually an issue with the top port, or are we just being unreasonable? I saw how easy it was for him to break it. Can we do the same thing with the bottom one? I did manage to break it, but I had to go in there pretty good. Came loose and a piece fell out. Is there anything that can be done? Ooh, we had to follow up 12 days later. Okay, sorry, this got lost. We need your address, a picture of the issue, and the serial number. Okay, that seems reasonable. And here's a new one. They even cover return shipping. Wow, that's actually a big deal considering how heavy these things are. However, we had to follow up 2 weeks later again. But we get a reply the same day, and we get a tracking number 6 days later. I couldn't help noticing that this says that we got a replacement, but this is still broken.
We wanted to make sure that it wasn't just a one-off problem. And
So you broke the second one.
we broke the second one, which you've just broken further.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you broke it. You broke it even more.
I want to see if I can break something else.
What about this UGreen charger?
I just want to know if we're being totally unreasonable here, because it
there's
is
a lot of-
plastic and we did stick a screwdriver in it. It does seem to be a little on the fragile side, but I don't think it's so bad that I would say this is a horrible, dangerous product and needs to be taken off the market. I got to take some points off for them being kind of slow here, but to their credit, replacement, pretty much no questions asked, and they covered the return shipping, so I gotta give them, let's say, a 3.5. You know, maybe I'd go even better, 4.5. if it wasn't for how long the communication took. Now, let's get into one of our longest time sponsors, iFixit. An email chain, you say? Good gravy, these emails though. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. iFixit, we love these guys here, and up until the launch of our own screwdriver, which by the way, we have a Noctua edition coming soon. Sign up for a notification, lttstore.com. We used their tools almost exclusively around here. Unfortunately, we had a small problem with our order, and that's that our gamer bundle was missing some pieces. First up, confirmation email, that's nice. 3 days later, sorry to hear you can't hear it. Please send photos of the contents you received as well as the packaging for our records and we'll go from there. Sorry I lost the packaging. It's pretty typical. I throw away packaging pretty much immediately after things arrive, but it looks like they are absolutely unwilling to engage with you if you don't take a picture of your packaging materials. That is something. Hi, I think there's been a misunderstanding. I got rid of the packaging because there's nothing in it. I wouldn't have thrown it away if it had something inside it. And then we got ghosted for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, we get back the same copy-pasted email. Finally, we give in, and we did have the packaging. We just wanted to know if they would take care of us. Send them pictures of the packaging, and immediately they turn it around. Same day response. Can we send this to the address on file? Are you also missing the Jimmy? No, I don't seem to have it. Here's your replacement. Next day response. Boom, boom, and everything arrived. I don't really know what to make of this. Has people fraudulently requesting replacement parts been a huge issue for them maybe, and they just need to prove they ever got a box? Or like, this is weird. Like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde over here. In fairness to them, it does say on their support page, don't recycle those packing materials until you've checked them thoroughly. Maybe it's not fraud, maybe it's just people accidentally throwing things away and they just can't keep sending out replacements to people who are dum-dums and throw away their stuff. Either way, it wasn't a great experience. I would still give them a 4 just because they did ultimately get us sorted out, but I have got to take a star off for basically ghosting us and generally taking too long to reply to our messages. Now for a fun one, Manscaped. These guys were a staple for us for a long time and they haven't worked with us recently, but no hard feelings, guys. That is, as long as our experience goes okay here. We bought the premium package 4.0 with the subscription, but something in their formula doesn't gel with our partner's sensitive skin, and I'm afraid we're gonna need a refund and a cancellation. First, we tried their contact form. Internal server error. No worries, we'll simply reach out via email. Well, that's a good response. No back and forth, just stop using it, discard the product, you're refunded, and your future replenishments have been canceled. That's an A+ response. However, we did notice a couple of kind of shifty things on their website. This kind of time-limited advertising, that's not limited to the next 10 minutes, you guys. If you're gonna offer a discount, just offer a discount with my order. There's nothing wrong with trying to convey urgency to a customer, but this is fake urgency. Also, I really don't like this checkbox under 30-day money-back guarantee. That has nothing to do with a money-back guarantee and everything to do with signing up for your mailing list. With that said, there was no confusing maze of buttons like if you're trying to get out of a gym membership or a Prime subscription. That contact form did end up working the next day, so I don't want to take too many points off for that. 4, maybe even 4.5 stars. Oh, tested. I guess I'll leave these in the bag. That is one solid USB-C charging brick thing. We ordered this from UGreen. It's their Digit Nest, whatever that means, Cube charging station, and we immediately scratched it and then reached out to customer service demanding that they do something about our damaged item, or at least we tried to. Supports, and it does nothing. Okay, hold on a second. Is this still broken though? Good Lord, this is slow. Okay, support. Oh. What's the difference between warranty and return and exchange? Oh, okay, I guess return and exchange is if I actually want to exercise my warranty. Ooh, self-service return application. Okay, that's pretty reasonable, but how do I contact them? Returns will not be given if there are visible scuffs. Okay, so how do I do something then? Contact our customer support team. How? Is this the problem? Were you guys also not able to figure out how the devil to contact them?
He eventually found a service at UGreen email.
Hold on, no, contact us. The point is, We found an email address. Let's have a look at what they had to say. Oh, that's a lot of pictures. Can you take a picture for us to check? The package looked sealed. I didn't look at it closely. And ghosted for 2 weeks. Oh, but they reply same day now. There's no way the support rep's name is UGreen.
I didn't even see that.
Okay, like I said, it looks sealed. I didn't look at it closely. Do you have an unboxing video? No, I didn't take a video of myself unboxing it. Why would I think I would need to do that? Really, you guys? You want a video so that you can go and claim insurance with the carrier on, like, what is this thing even worth? This is more work than it's worth at this point. Except for this, may I know the charger's function works. Rush could have been a little bit more forthcoming that the charger does in fact work.
They also took a lot of follow-ups.
Wow, 8 days here? In your situation, we can apply a $5 refund. Is that acceptable for you? I guess that would be fine. I don't see a $5 refund. It's 8 days later. Oh, here it is. Another 2 weeks later, our refund arrives. Sorry for the late reply, can you check? You mean, sorry I didn't do it until now. Same day that the refund actually went through. In the end, we got a $5 discount for an issue that pretty clearly didn't happen in shipping. I still think it's at best a 3.5 star experience. If I'm gonna dock a star from everyone else based on response time, I have gotta dock a star here. I can't fault the quality of the product or the price. So UGreen, you're still in our okay books. Just try not to spy on everyone, then deny it like Anchor did so you can keep being a cable and charging partner for us. I gotta say, on the one hand, I was kind of hoping for something majorly disappointing to happen, like that we would get scammed or something. It's more entertaining. But on the other hand, I'm pretty pleased to see that our sponsors are doing all right overall. I mean, obviously, it could be better in some cases. Asus, you guys are selling $1,000, sometimes $2,000+ products. Please do better, and guys, everyone actually, your support portal, it needs to be responsive, it needs to be easy to find. But overall, everyone's 50% or better, and we're gonna have links to all the stuff we bought today down below. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, you might be looking for a more serious summary of why exactly it is that we are doing all of this. It's something that we're working every day to build, and by developing new, I think fairly innovative processes, like our sponsor complaint thread on the forum, or this secret shopping program, we are going to be able to ensure that you guys can always trust us. Whether it's a fully sponsored video or just an integration, we don't want to hawk anything that's garbage or being pushed by a garbage company. And no one's perfect, and we've certainly worked with some controversial brands, but I think if we work together, you guys can help us ensure that we have a solid stable of partners who work hard to ensure that those of you who do choose to do business with them have a good experience. There's gonna be a lot more where this came from. But hey, as long as you're doing a great job over there, you have no need to worry.
Secret Lab. You may know them from their sick gaming chairs, but did you know Secret Lab makes desks too? That's the real secret. Their Magnus Pro isn't your average sit-to-stand desk because it's packed with unique features. Hate having loose cables dangling around all over the place? We'll have the cleanest desk setup around with their patent-pending integrated power supply column and the full-length built-in cable management tray. The Magnus Pro is also fully adjustable as a sit-to-stand desk with a sleek integrated control panel, and to top it all off, pun intended, it has a premium full metal tabletop, so check out the Magnus Pro and all of Secret Lab's other offerings at the link down below.
If you guys enjoyed this video, maybe go check out the PC Secret Shopper series, where we had special agents Janice and Sarah go undercover and order from major PC building brands. Shenanigans definitely ensued there.